Hey, Spiky. How are you? How you doing, Spiky? Hey, Spiky. You chilling? You chilling? That's good. That's good. That's the best thing to be doing. That's the best thing to be doing, Spiky. Chilling, chilling, chilling. What you having for dinner tonight? This evening, tonight? What you having for dinner? Yeah, what the hell is this? I hear a big dog, Spiky. I hear a big dog. I don't see him. He doesn't sound familiar either. He doesn't sound familiar. Hey, y'all. Hey. It's nice outside, so we're soaking up this sun, getting some vitamin D, some wintertime vitamin D. Some wintertime vitamin D. Thank you for that thumbs up, whoever that was. Spiky, did you give me a thumbs up? Did you? Did you? It's so nice outside. It's nice outside. I already had, you did? Chicken, left out loud. You eat early? I got you. A lot of people say they eat early. A lot of people don't eat past after like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Some people say they make sure not to eat past 7 or 8 o'clock. The sun is out. It's a nice little breeze. It feels good out here. It feels good out here. So Spiky, you had chicken. What did you have with it? Did you just have chicken? Sometimes I like to just eat meat. Like, sometimes I like to eat like a veggie plate, nothing but veggies, and then other times I like to just have meat. I like to just have some meat. A nice veggie, like a 3 veggie plate. A nice 3 veggie plate will get you full. Yes, so I can sleep properly. Gotcha. Yeah, because you eat earlier like that, you know, that digestion starts early and you can get a good night's sleep. Like, you don't have to worry about going to sleep on a full stomach and having all that potential grease if you ate something with grease. But even if you didn't eat something that's really greasy, you know, your food just, the earlier you eat before going to sleep, the better. The better. But for people who do have like acid reflux, who get indigestion easily, it's better to go ahead and eat early, or at least before a certain time, and then that way they don't have to deal with that too much. But if you're intolerant to greasy foods, but you like greasy foods, because that's usually how it is. Most of the things that you're intolerant to are the things that you like. So if you're intolerant to greasy foods and you're gonna eat greasy foods, you need to eat them early, okay? I just think you need to eat. We shouldn't be up late eating, but sometimes we do. A lot of times we do. So if you're gonna eat late, make it something that's like not fatty, not greasy, something light, like some popcorn or something. Don't make popcorn and pour butter all over it. Don't make popcorn and pour butter all over it. All right. So you guys, look at the legs move. Watch the legs move. Hopefully that will encourage you to get up and move, get you some type of cardiovascular aerobic activity in during the day, each and every day for an hour, but at least 30 minutes. We prefer an hour, but at least 30 minutes. And if you're a newbie or you're just getting started or you're just getting restarted, 15 minutes is enough, right? 15 minutes is enough to get you started. And the more you do it, the more you'll want to do it. And then that's at that, you can, as you go along, you can increase from 15 minutes to 20 minutes, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And if 30 minutes is good for you, then cool. But a lot of us like to try to get in like 45 to an hour. That is great. 45 minutes to an hour. So as always, professional, personalized disclaimer. Don't do anything you see me do over here or hear me say. We keep it to a minimum. We don't go into too much detail. We just walk. We do some shorts with some light weights, and that's it. But still, don't do anything you hear me say or see me do without contacting, consulting with, having a conversation with your primary healthcare providers. You walk around the neighborhood, that's good, Spiky, why are you laughing? You know, your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant, heck, it can be your fitness coach, your weight trainer, your coach at the gym. Because a lot of them have, you know, a vast amounts of experience. Your specialty doctors, if you've had injuries in the past, your physical therapist, your occupational therapist, right? Your nutritionist, your dietitian, because what? Half of it, or more for some people, maybe a little less for some people. Half of it is in the diet, okay? Whether your goal is weight loss, or just to be healthier, or to increase your stamina, okay? Increase your stamina, your endurance. It all boils down to your health and fitness. They say that your health is your wealth. I say your health and fitness are your wealth, okay? So we want to try our best to improve at whatever phase you are right now, whatever level, you want to improve on that. And if you're doing great, you want to maintain that. You want to maintain that. Spiky, that's good enough. That's good enough, Spiky. That's good enough. Walking around the neighborhood is good enough. And if you want to do more, then that's a good start. It's a good start. If you plan to do more, you want to do more, that's a good start. So whether it's to lose weight, whether it's to maintain or improve your fitness level, whether it's to maintain or improve your mental, emotional, spiritual health, it all boils down to fitness and health. They're both your wealth, okay? So it can be for weight loss, just for fitness, improving your fitness level, spiritual, mental, emotional states. Get up and move. Keep moving for a reason. Keep moving. Keep moving and move with purpose. Move with a purpose. Move like you mean it. Okay, move like you mean it. Now for those who are just starting, if you have to move slowly, that's fine. It's good to move slow sometimes. It's good to move slowly sometimes. Gives you a chance to just connect with nature, with the environment, to relax your mind, your emotional state. You get off work and you're mentally you're all over the place because you had a rough day at work, right? Go walking. Relax that emotional state, that mental state. We're in traffic and we're gonna just keep marching, keep moving, keep marching, yeah, keep moving. Just like you're in a marching band, okay? There are so many ways to get your cardiovascular aerobic activity in. Walking, of course, is free. There are so many free ways. Walking, sprinting, jogging, okay? Sometimes you want to have those long strides. That helps you push up off those calves and build up those calves. All right, the long strides, those long strides. Sometimes you just want to do some short, fast strides. Not too fast, but just, moderately. Moderately. I'd say moderately fast. Or you just want to just kind of walk along. To do something is doing something, okay? To do something is doing something. Hey, April. April Shaw says, hello, everyone. So to do something is doing something, okay? So whether you just want to walk slow, a slow stroll, you want to pick up the pace moderately, fast, and then fast, okay? Fast. So you can walk, you can skip, you can jog, you can run. You can ride your bicycle around the neighborhood, around the park, right? Right? You can ride your stationary bicycle at home. You can get on your elliptical, your walking pad. your treadmill, your stepper. I only use a stepper to kind of build up on the cast. Because a stepper to me is not really good cardio. Because you want to increase that incline and give yourself some resistance. But when you're doing incline on a stepper, it's different from when you're doing incline on your treadmill. It's a lot different. So I use that to, when I'm on Steffi the stepper, I'm using her to, sometimes I call her Sally the stepper. I call her Stingy Stepper. Because when you increase that incline, ooh, it's harder. It's harder. Let me see. Who is that? Jose. What you so mad for? Spiky says, hey, April. Are you still in here, April? Spiky says, hello. Jose, why are you still in here? If you're mad, why are you here? What you mad for? You probably a Donald Trump supporter. Get up out of here, because you know I can't stand them. I can't stand anybody who's up for destroying the country, okay? Not in destroying the people, okay? Taking away from children. Finding ways that all of a sudden a dummy who couldn't graduate college is finding. But no other presidents who have gone to Harvard couldn't find. Get your ass out of here. You probably do. Because y'all be mad. Y'all be mad. And be talking crazy shit. Be talking crazy shit. An illiterate dummy cannot fix the problems that other people have caused. You know, no person who gets into an office will be able to fix all of them. But they damn sure can't tear it down. And that's what's happening. And you probably one of his supporters. Get your ass up off here. Because you mad. We ain't mad over here. We happy. We happy. And one thing that's to be happy about right now is that man, though he's going to probably cause a civil war in the process, he cannot rule again. He cannot rule again. Because it's going to come a point where someone within, you know, usually when destruction comes, it comes from within your circle. Destruction usually comes within your circle. It usually takes somebody within your circle to pull you down. So everybody in your cult won't be afraid of you. There's going to be somebody else within your cult that wants to lead as well. And as long as you're there, they can't do that. Or as long as you're tapping the next leader, they can't do that. So if that's what you're mad for, and anybody come up here that supports this bullshit, don't come up over here. Okay? Because he was just mad. He just put a mad sign. And that's the only thing I can think of. Because I've been giving him a little rundown for the past couple of days. Yep. For the past couple of days. Yep. Because anybody with a little melanin in their skin should have enough sense to know whether you like or dislike what anybody else has done. What we got going on right now is destruction for melanated people. Intentional destruction. You can't find not one of us in the so people who look like us, are we saying that we're incompetent? Because we can't find not one person in that administration that looks like us. But what we are finding is that people are getting fired who are well qualified and being replaced with WMs who lack the qualification needed to fulfill the positions that they're replacing. Okay. So all it takes is common sense. You know, God gave us 5 senses. But for me, I think it's like 7 or 8. It's like natural born God-given sense. That's number 6. Common sense is number 7. Okay? And the sense of experience is number 8. And we've had the experience. We've had the experience. But now, the things that we were thinking, that y'all were thinking, those who were supporting that bullshit, now all of a sudden the prices of eggs aren't important to you. You wonder where your money has gone all these years. Half y'all ain't even worth enough to have $100,000 in the system to be worried about where the hell the money going. Okay. And when the money was going towards, y'all wasn't on this bitch protesting, talking about, he cleaning it up, he messing it up. But you got a South African, you kissed the ring to a South African, get the up out of here. April said, hey, Spiky. See, what my people do is they over expect from each other and under expect from other people. Hell no, Obama couldn't come in here and give you the world. All presidents, I don't care what color you are, white, black, brown, purple, green, or blue, all of them are supposed to serve the majority, or what's good for the majority. Is everybody gonna always be happy? No. Was I always happy with Clinton? No. Was I always happy with Bush? No. I dislike Bush's policies, but there were some Bush policies that I liked. So, but when I think overall, there were presidents that I support and like that have certain policies and certain actions that I don't like. But I'm talking about empathy. Empathy for people who work. You got VAs, people who have been at the VA all across this United States receiving bullshit ass emails talking about what did you do last week. Look at the job description, you'll know what they did last week. The hell? Look at the job description and you'll know what they did last week. What did they do last week? That's the bigger question. What did they do last week? Not that what, this is what they did last week. They answered the phone, even though they were short-staffed. They answered as many phone calls as they could from veterans who were in crisis. Okay? That's what they did. They set up appointments for mental health appointments for veterans, current and retired who are in crisis. They set up appointments so that they could get their health care and go to the right places to get their health care. Because some of them, after serving this country, may not know just quite how to do that anymore. May not be able to do that anymore. What did the janitors do working in the VAs? They keep it clean, okay? Now, I'm not gonna say every VA is clean, but I know most VAs that I go to, they're pretty clean. The sad part is the one up there closer to DC, that's the one that needed some assistance. So yeah, you got people. I saw people with letters from veterans talking about, had it not been for your kindness and your help, they didn't know which way to go for a certain appointment. They didn't know how to do this. But these people are getting letters from a freaking South African who does not know this system at all. So yeah, we be talking about that. We don't harp on it, but we be talking about the bullshit. Because a lot of times bullshit is easy as bullshit, okay? It doesn't take rocket science to realize bullshit. And a lot of people constantly talking about, well, Biden didn't do. If that's the case, hell, every president during our lifetimes and before, and that will come, we're going to be able to have some gripes about what they did and didn't do. Some of y'all are under that false illusion that presidents can do it all by themselves. All of it. All of it. All of it. There's some music, y'all. No president single-handedly runs the country. And as we can see, the one that we have right now, he's like third or fourth in line. We got a South African running the country. His son, then the president, and then the vice president. When has a vice president ever been fourth in line? It's honestly so funny. It's so ridiculous. No president is going to serve 100% the way any individual, because it's too many of us, okay? There are millions and millions of Americans, all right? So no president is going to be able to please all of the people all of the time. But you're supposed to go with the best option. And it's so I'm not going to say it's funny, but it's so redeeming seeing some of these dumpsters crying and whining. Oh, we didn't think this. Yeah, because you have a lack of empathy for other people. You have a lack of empathy for other people. Many of the ones that voted that way, I've always said, and I always will say, couldn't afford to, literally or figuratively, to cast that vote the way they did. Now they're having these little town hall meetings that they're trying to downplay and say that there are not many people there. Lies. BS. Lies. I've been to a couple. Those are lies. And the sad part is, some of y'all just hate being wrong. So you're going to keep sticking to sticking with the maggot movement because you hate that you were wrong. But you'll be the first one to benefit. And then y'all complaining because Jasmine said something about $5,000. What is $5,000? You're damn right. What is $5,000? Hell, $5,000. Every other group of people have gotten what they deserve, what they maybe not even as much as they deserve, but they got something. And y'all around here happy, clapping your hands for $5,000 and talking about her like she's crazy. Jasmine ain't stupid. She just got heart. She's not scared. These ninjas around here still damn scared and they willing to go backwards. Talking about $5,000 is like it's all it. It ain't shit. What about our acres, the 40 acres in the mule? Since y'all so what was $5,000? The summer gun didn't want to give $1,200 during the pandemic. Just like he talked about minimum wage going up, federal minimum wage. When has he talked about that since being sworn in? November he talked about it. December. When has he talked about it since being sworn in? So you thinking somebody that's making all these cuts to benefit their cronies, taking aid from children, about to slash the fuck out of Medicare. You think they'll give you $5,000 to appease you, but that should show you that could have been done in the past by any leader, by any president. I don't give a damn about $5,000. Some of us can get out and hit that paint and make $5,000 within 2 weeks. Some of us can hit that paint and make $5,000 within 2 weeks. But you have people who can hit the paint and make that kind of money working for the federal government right now. And they're taking those people's livelihoods. They're uprooting people, telling people they have to be reassigned to other locations and stupid shit like that. Uprooting people who have been maybe staying somewhere for 5-10 years. They have to uproot their families. They got to uproot their families and move somewhere else. What's up, bro? Dr. Wright, what's going on? How you doing? Y'all see Dr. Wright? If you're still in his live, say hello to him. Please check him out. Okay? Please check him out. So, yeah. $5,000 don't make me, what is it? That's moving a lot of y'all? $5,000? Shit. That 40 acres and a mule or two would make me happy. That's what would make me happy. The acknowledgement of my people and what they went through. Everybody else got because of what their ancestors went through. That's what would make me happy. So, yeah, $5,000 would be appreciated. Yeah. But will I feel like, oh, they've been vindicated? No. Because just like with everything else, they find a way to get it back. They give it to us and find a way to get it back from us. They give it to us and find a way to get it back from us. And I just get so tired of some people. Some people just don't want to feel like they honestly want to support this man so they can feel like they're not on a bandwagon. When you really are on a bandwagon, you're on his bandwagon. People losing their jobs, like you go to work today and you get some stupid ass email or something like that. You've dedicated yourself to going to work a year, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter, 20. Because if you're new, you're in your probationary state, they want to up you up out of there. If you've been there 20 years, you could be like 38 years old. You started at 18, 20, you could be 38, 39, 40 years old. They want to try to force you to retire. At 40, some people are starting new careers, but it's because they want to, not because someone is forcing them to. So people have families, they have mortgages, they have bills, and a lot of y'all sit here agreeing with that shit on assistance some type of way yourselves. On some type of assistance yourselves. So you really think that you're rich enough to be able to afford the bullshit? That's because it's all in 2025. It's all in 2025 or Agenda 47. It's all in there. It's all in there. You think I give a damn about somebody getting food stamps? I don't give a damn about. Look, if they can take care of people in other countries, then they should take care of these over here. I don't care how they do it. If they don't want to work and they sorry, I've known people who just didn't want to work, and you be like, wow, they don't even want to work. And then, like, out of the blue, after being on the system for like 10 years, they just jump up and become the best worker ever. You can only make people do what you can make people do. So if you take away the benefits, guess what? You're probably going to cause a lot of other crazy stuff. Yeah. We're told to be quiet and comply and shut up when benefits go to other countries to help tear them up and tear them down, and then send more money to help build them back up. That's always been the craziest thing, but nobody is talking about how this country wastes so much money tearing things down. And sometimes in places they have no business with their nose being in those people's business. And then they go over there and help tear stuff down. And then what do they got to do? Pay to build it back up. So y'all ain't mad about that, though. Y'all ain't fussing about that. You're fussing about your neighbor because your neighbor on food stamps. You're fussing about your neighbor because your neighbor get some type of state or federal assistance. And the only reason your ass might not be getting it is because you make $1 too much. Get the fuck out of here. So nah, I ain't for money just going, taking care of a lot of people that just don't want to do nothing. But that's what they do anyway. That's what they do anyway. So Jose came over here, and Jose probably was mad because people be like in the leave comments when you dog dump out. Like, I cannot understand why people are so afraid of that man. He cannot run again. And all this shit that they doing now. What happened the last time? See, last time, a lot of them got prosecuted. A lot of them got some jail time. Oh, it's going to be worse. They're going to get a lot. There's going to be a lot more prosecutions and jail time. They can only do this temporarily. So stop being afraid and say what you want to say. Say how you feel, regardless of what side of the political spectrum you're on. Say how you feel, because it's good. Hey, Betty. Hey, Retirement Days. How are you? It's good to know what people feel who oppose your opinions. Those who have opposing opinions, it's good to know what you feel. Honestly, that's called communication. But that's the problem. A lot of people just don't communicate well. Just because you don't agree doesn't mean you can't have a conversation. The best way to come to resolution is when people who don't agree come together to have conversation. It's not when somebody just tries to take a chokehold on the whole system. The best way to have good resolutions, is when people of opposing opinions, ideologies, thoughts, and beliefs at least have the decency to respect each other enough to have conversation. Because this is one country. So far, all these people who talk about, oh, that state is going to succeed. That hasn't happened. It's one country. So you got to try to come to some type of resolution. And it doesn't work well when you just try to put a chokehold on stuff. Y'all hear my friend? Look at him. Look at his wagging his tail. Y'all see him? Look at his skin. Look at his coat. It's just so pretty. It is. His coat is so pretty. So pretty. So, what are you guys eating today? I know Spiky said that she had chicken. Betty from Retirement Days, Comfort Foods and More. If you're still in here, what are you cooking up today? Y'all please check out Betty. The channel name is Retirement Days, Comfort Foods and More. Please check her out. Please check out Dr. Wright. Okay, check out Dr. Wright and get his perspective on a lot of things that are going on today. That's what it's about. Listening to perspectives, even if you don't agree with them. Even when you first start to hear a person talking, you're like, oh, nah, I don't want to hear this. You still need to listen. At least a little while. Because what can happen is Maybe they can show you a point of view that open your mind a little bit to what they're talking about. Or maybe you can engage in the comment section and say something to them to open their minds up a little bit to the way you believe. Maybe you can do that. But worst case scenario, that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is that you're going to continue to disagree, but it can be okay. You will have had conversation. You will have communicated. March 9th, y'all, March 9th, time springs forward. Time springs forward. March 9th. Are you guys ready? It's already staying daylight longer. Remember we talked about that when the time first changed, when we fell back during the fall, how we're gonna spring forward during the spring. And there'll be longer, it won't be longer days, but we'll have more daylight for longer. We'll have daylight longer. We'll have more daylight, and that it'll be daylight longer. So you won't feel like when time first changes in the fall and it falls back, you feel like it's late so early. It's like 5 o'clock and you feel like it's 7 or 8. I'll say you feel like it's like 7 or 8. Just depending on where you are, you feel like it's 7 or 8 o'clock. And then you start to get sleepy a little bit. And some people, they say it just throws their sleep pattern off. They end up taking a nap. You know, now if you get off work at 5, and you get home around the same time. Like your work schedule may not change, but it's dark so early, so much earlier, that you start to get kind of sleepy earlier. You end up going to sleep around 8 or 9 o'clock, and then you end up waking up like 10 or 11 o'clock. You wake up like 10 or 11 o'clock. But when we have daylight longer, it's like some people, I won't say everybody, but a lot of people say, okay, it feels normal because it starts to get dark around 7:30. I think the longest day maybe 8 or a little bit after. And then it's time to go to bed. And it just feels smoother. But when you fall back, oh my goodness, when you fall back, it's 6 o'clock and it's feeling like 8. Some of us want to take a nap. Next thing you know, you're getting up at 10. When usually you probably kind of falling asleep around 9 or 10. So that, he loud, ain't he? That being said, I think I do prefer spring and summer the way it is. The days have daylight for a longer period during the day. But I do like the winter. I do like the fall. I do like it. I like it when it gets dark early. Cause after a couple of days the sleep is fine. But I just like, it makes me want to be inside more. It makes me want to get off, come home, and be inside. Get off, come home, and be inside. And you guys remember, we've already named the ways that we can get the cardiovascular aerobic activity in, right? Walking, jogging, sprinting, running, swimming. You got a bicycle, stationary bicycle, treadmill, elliptical, walking pad, right? You have a bicycle that you want to get outside and ride your bike outside. Yeah, ride your bike outside. Make sure that you put on your protective gear, your reflective clothing, okay? Your helmet, your shoulder pads. Yes, shoulder pads. Most people put on knee pads and elbow pads, but listen, put on your shoulder pads and your hip pads too, okay? The more, the better. And make sure you wear your reflective lights You have your reflective lights in your bicycle wheels, the tires of your bike, the front of your bike, the back of your bike. Just make sure that you have all the things that you need to have for safety, okay? And that's no matter what time of the year it is, whether it's getting dark early or late. Make sure you have on your protective gear. So you can go hiking if your area allows, mountain climbing, skiing. No, the skiing is gonna cost you some money, but all of that other stuff is pretty much free. Go skating, walk in place. Shout out to Rock Just Living. Okay? March in place. Walk around the biggest room of your house and get you some laps in. If the biggest room isn't enough for you, walk around 2 or 3 rooms of your home. Get you some laps in. If it's too cold or if it's too hot outside, walk around the perimeter of your home so that you can go back in quickly, okay? Walk up and down the street in front of your home. Go to a nearby park if you just want to get out. And remember, there's nothing wrong with walking bare feet. Okay, walking bare feet. Now, when you do that, you want to be careful where you walk. You want to know the area. It's best to do that at home. Okay? Do that at home so you can know. And even when you do it at home, you want to check the ground before you start grounding. Okay? Hey, Shawanda. How you doing, Shawanda? Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Taco Tuesday. You eating tacos today, Shawanda? If you want to do some grounding, make sure you check your home, check your yard, right? Make sure it's safe. And just kind of get in tune with nature and do a little bit of grounding. Get in touch with nature. Y'all hear those birds? Listen to the birds. We definitely have heard the dogs, right? We have definitely heard the dogs barking. They have done their part. But listen to the birds. When I first started, about what, 30, how long have I moved? 39 minutes. I've been walking for 39 minutes. When I first started, y'all, the birds were on fire. The birds were on fire when I first started. They were chirping and singing. They were getting it in. So I want you to take you some deep breaths throughout the day. When you're at work at your desk, if you have a plant job, an assembly job, whatever you're doing, you know, on your 15-minute breaks, on your 30-minute breaks, your hour break, however long your breaks are, just get you 3 to 5 good deep breaths in and out. In and out. 3 to 5. Y'all, I stopped because I saw two, oh, have y'all ever been walking and you see like cats about to square up? I don't know why I stopped to look, but they look identical. So maybe they're just staring at each other. Maybe they're siblings. Maybe they're siblings. But I had to look. They're just staring at each other and they look identical. Big and orange. They're big and orange. They look identical. And I don't even know why I stopped, because if they were about to fight, I don't want to be nowhere around them, okay? I don't want to be anywhere around them. Because when cats tangle up, oh my gosh, have y'all ever heard cats fighting like in an enclosed area? In an enclosed area, I don't mean that somebody has like cruelly locked them up, but I just mean like underneath the house or something like that, underneath the car. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's a hot mess. And you know they gotta unlock, so they're gonna run out of there. You don't want to be around. You don't want to be the one that's around when they take off and break loose from each other. And then they chase each other. Like one of them is done fighting and the other one's not done. They'll chase each other. You don't want to be anywhere around that. Cats are no joke. Cats are no joke when they lock up. When they lock up and fight, they're no joke. Let's see, it's been 42 minutes. We're gonna try to get in 45. So on light days like this, If nobody's in here, we can do like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. And if somebody's in here, y'all know I might go an hour, hour and a half. But the important part of the walk and talk, walking and talking, there are reasons, more than just one. We don't walk and talk because it sounds good and because it rhymes, okay? Because it's catchy to say it that way. There are many reasons that walking and talking is why we call this channel Let's Walk and Talk. Okay? There are many, many health benefits to that. But listen, this is key. If talking is too much and you start to find that you're really winded, excuse me, y'all, then just walk. The walking is the important part. The walking is the important part. The walking is the most important component. So just walk. Walk. Yeah. And then when you do, walk with a purpose. Okay? Walk with a purpose. Put some pep in your step. Now again, if you're a beginner or if you haven't done it in a while and you're just starting back, of course, take your time. Take your time, and according to your fitness level, whether you're a beginner, just starting or starting back, or if you've been doing this thing for a long time, do so according to your fitness level. All right? Listen to your body. Listen to your body. Walk according to your fitness level. Listen to your body. Don't try to do too much, but make sure you're doing enough. Don't try to do too much, but make sure you're doing enough according to your fitness level. Okay? You don't have to compete with your neighbor. You don't have to compete with your sibling. You don't have to compete with your friend. You don't have to compete with the person at the gym. You don't have to compete with your classmate, your church member, your coworker, someone else on YouTube who you don't know and you don't know their history, but you're trying to work out according to what you see them do. So you're trying to work out according to their history. You're not trying to do that. You shouldn't be trying to do that. That's not a good thing to do. That is not a good thing to do. Work out according to your own fitness level. They may have had injuries that you haven't had. You may have had injuries that they haven't had. You guys may have had similar injuries, but they were an athlete. They were a football player, a basketball player, a cheerleader, a volleyball player, a softball player, a baseball player, right? Right? So you may have been active and physical, but you weren't those things. So why would you try to compete where you don't compare? All right, that may sound a little off-putting, but it's the truth. Never try to compete where you don't compare, especially when you don't know what you're competing, who you're competing against. Don't try to do that. You set yourself up for potential for injury. You set yourself up for potential for injury. So we want to walk at whatever fitness level we're at. Your heart is a muscle that is also a pump. Okay? It is responsible for pumping your blood through your circulatory system, your lymph through your lymphatic system, which contributes to what? Your immune system. Okay? Anything positive regarding your health that you can do contributes to your immune system. So you want the heart, you want to work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. Work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. Okay? So our blood vessels, they have little what would I say? They have little valves, like your heart, that push the lymph, they push the blood, they help to propel it throughout your body, right? But your heart is that main source. Take care of it as much as you can. Take care of it as much as you can, so that you again can help push the blood through your circulatory system the way it needs to be pushed, and you can help push that lymph through your lymphatic system the way it needs to be pushed. Okay? And keep moving. Keep moving. It helps those valves that we talked about in those blood vessels to propel your bodily fluids. All right? To propel those fluids that you need. That's what your blood vessels do. They have valves that also help to propel the fluid throughout your body. When you're sitting down, keep your legs elevated, level of or higher than your heart. It'll help. It'll help to improve circulation. If you have swelling and things like that, puffiness, move, keep moving. According to the plan that you and your doctor have formulated, keep moving. Because I don't know a healthcare provider that doesn't want us to move. So keep moving according to the plan that your healthcare providers, because they're a team, remember? Your doctor, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant, your specialty doctors, your nutritionist, your dietitian, your psychologist, your psychiatrist. Yeah, your fitness coach, your trainer at the gym. They're your healthcare team. Any one or any combination of those, whether you have 1, 2, 3, 4, of any of those I just named, whatever you have, that combination is your healthcare team. They form a circle around you, right? They're the atom, you're the nucleus. They're the cell, you're the nucleus. You're the most important part. The most important part. So we're going to walk up this way. You're the most important part. And they want what's best. They want what's best for you. And if you feel like you need to change, always make sure that you're going to healthcare providers that you feel comfortable with. Okay? And also check yourself. We got to check ourselves, right? We got to make sure that we're not being ornery, resistant. Now, if it's something that you're feeling, you're not feeling that it's going to be beneficial for you, that's different. But sometimes people just don't want to change. If they say lay off of this or lay off of that, try your best to do it. Try your best to not smoke as much. Try your best to not drink as much. Try your best to not do many of the vices that we have as much. A lot of us overeat. We eat too many sweets. So whatever it is that they ask you not to do or to cut back on, at least give it a try. At least give it a try. At least give it a try. Remember, we want to focus on that, focus on those brain exercises. Remember, we talk about the crossword puzzles, the number puzzles, putting together a puzzle. Just simply put a puzzle together. That can help you with your brain strength. Yawn. When you're yawning, release some of that fog. Take you a good look. When your body needs it, don't stunt your yawn, okay? Don't try to. I know sometimes people may be in a meeting or something like that. Listen, cover your mouth, okay, and yawn. You may be sleepy, maybe not. Yawning doesn't always mean you're sleepy. It means that your body's kind of maybe just trying to release some of that junk. And get in some O2. Okay? Get in some O2. You want to breathe in and out, in and out. Take you some good deep breaths in and out throughout the day. Throughout the day. Hold on, y'all. So, y'all, they had that music going. Had that music going. So, and that's okay. People want to hear their music, but sometimes their music is just too loud. Okay. And look, YouTube says no. YouTube says no. So just remember, y'all, take some deep breaths in throughout the day. All right. When you find something or someone trying to disturb your peace, release, release them and let them go. Okay? Release that thing or release that person and let them go on and do their thing. Don't let them interrupt your peace. You got enough things going on that have the potential to do that. Things you can control, some you can't control. So when certain people come around trying to interrupt your peace, let them go. All right, let them go. Let them go. Let them go on about their way. Just let them go on. Let them go on about their way. When you get up during the day or whatever, because you know some people work night shift, so they sleep all day and they get up during the evenings. So whatever your shift is, or if you don't have to work, whatever you do, you may sleep traditional hours. All right, try to get that body prepared to get out of bed. Try to get your body prepared to get out of bed. And you know, sometimes people will sit up on the side of the bed for a little bit. Listen, you can start before you even sit up, right? Adjust the pillow to a comfortable position for you, right? And just turn that head to the left and get a nice stretch to a count of about 3 to 5. Turn that head to the right, get a nice stretch to the count of maybe 3 to 5. Take your head, tuck your chin down to your chest. Get a stretch in the back of the neck. Pull it back up. Get a stretch in the back of the neck by tucking that chin to your chest again. All right? You do that about 5 times each side into the chest, and we're gonna worry about holding that head back when we get up. But right now we're still lying in bed, right? Right? So you can pull those shoulders up. Think of pulling your shoulders up to your ear. Relax. Pull those shoulders up to your ears. Relax. Pull that shoulder up to your ear again to about a count of 3 to 5 and relax. All right? Even as you're laying in bed, roll those shoulders forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll them back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? We've done that upper body. Just some light stretching and movement to get you ready to get up out of bed. It doesn't take long. Pull both of your feet up. Pull your legs up into a bridge. Take your right leg. Put your hands behind your thigh and your knee. Okay? Pull it in as close to your chest as you can without hurting yourself. You want to work your body, but make sure you don't hurt your body. Hold it for a count of 5 and gently let it down. Gently let it down. Do the same for the left leg. Hand behind the thigh, support the knee, pull it in as close as you can to your chest to a count of 5, okay? Hi, Angie. Welcome into the chat. How are you today on this Tuesday? Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Taco Tuesday. Happy Terrific Tuesday. Happy Talking Tuesday. So pull that knee in as close as you can to your chest. And guys, you can do this in bed before you get up, and it takes 10 minutes or less. Okay? Then gently, slowly let that leg back down. All right? And we're going to take our hand and put it behind the thigh, whichever hand you choose. We're going to do the right side again. Support the knee and pull that leg in as close to your chest as you can. Okay? Count to about 5. Hold for about a count of 3. Count to 5 holding. Deep breathing and relaxing. Give another 3 counts. So a total of 8. Whichever one you want to do. And then let that leg down again. Do the other side. Okay? We're going to let both of those legs flat. Lay both of those legs flat. Right? You can do 1 foot or you can do both feet. You want to point and flex. Point. Hey, James Money 615. How are you, bro? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome into the chat. You want to point, then flex, right? Then you want to take at your ankle, do circles. Imagine writing with your big toe and just draw circles with one of your feet, with the right one. Start with the right one. Okay? Draw to the right, draw circles to the left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then point that foot down. Then flex and feel that pull in the calf, okay? And then you want to do the left foot. Point, draw circles with your big toe. To the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then point your toe, extending the foot, and then flex at the ankle, okay? You can do this before getting out of bed. Then sit on the side of your bed, okay? And then do a quick head to toe. Move that head to the left, 2, 3, 4, to the right, 2, 3, 4. Support the back of your neck and hold your head back, 2, 3, 4. Support your neck and head and pull forward, 2, 3, 4. Lift those shoulders up, 2, 3, 4, and round them to the front, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, you can put your hand on your bed and just kind of turn to the right at your waist level. Count to 8, and then you want to do the other side. Count to 8. And get up, okay? Just get up. Get up and start your day. Get up and start your day. Angie said hello to James. Thank you, James and Angie, for saying hi. I appreciate you guys for coming in. We're about to wrap it up and get out of here. We've been on for almost an hour. Y'all know I don't like to be on too long because there are other people on here. And many of us like to watch the same people. And I know some of us will put on one device and open up 5 or 6 tabs. And that's cool too. But I try not to be selfish, right? We try not to stay on too long. We try not to stay on too long. I say 2 hours is good. And it's hard for 2 hours for me. Because what do you have to talk about for 2 hours? Like, what do you have to talk about? I talk about the same thing every day for an hour. An hour to maybe an hour and a half. Every now and again, 2 hours. Every now and again, 2 hours. But what do you have to talk about, especially if you're saying the same thing? Now, I'm good with what I say because I'm just trying to be, just trying to talk about taking care of yourself. Mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But when people stay on for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours talking about the same thing, that live is enough for 3 weeks, okay? That's enough for 3 weeks. And to do it sometimes on a daily basis, that's just kind of selfish. But hey, sometimes people are bored. People, maybe they don't work. Maybe they're retired or whatever. Maybe they're lonely. Maybe they're lonely. But I would want to hear somebody say something back. like at some point I would want to hear them talk back. I would want to hear them talk back to me. It's because it's like, let me tell you, it's nice. It's really good seeing people in the comments and you can read them. But if I'm going to be on here over an hour and a half, over 2 hours, to me, that's like a phone call. Like, I want to talk to somebody. I want to hear them talk back to me. Angie says, that's why I don't do live. That's why I don't do live. What shall I talk about all that time? Yeah, it's a long time. Angie, look, I can't do it. Not that long. Some people like, and like I said, I understand if you're a single person household, like you live alone. I understand if you're depressed, or if you're just bored, like, if you're just simply bored, or if you're having fun. Like sometimes you have these lives that go on for 5, 6 hours because they're having like a game night or they're having some type of contest. Now that's fun. But to just one man show, talk over 2 hours, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'd rather just go and watch some other people or something. Like if they come to my chat, I appreciate them. But then it's like sometimes I'm about to get off. Like it hadn't been that many people come through here today. There's been some, but not that many. But a lot of times when that happens, right when I'm about to get off, people will start to come through. So that'll make me stay another 30 minutes or so. So like if I've been on like an hour, right now I've been on an hour and 2 minutes. So if a couple of people come through, like Joyelle, Mad Dog, some of the regular people that haven't come through today, if they come through, then, those are people that you're real familiar with. I'll stay on longer. So I'll do another 30 minutes or so, maybe a second hour. But that's like it. Like, that's it. Again, I do, like if you're having like game night and stuff like that, that's cool. But to just be on here talking, because like I said, I say the same thing every day. That's why I try to focus on stuff like fitness, health and fitness. Because there's never too much to talk about when it's health and fitness. You can talk about that every day. There are some things you can't talk about every day. But then there are other things that it's like I try to support people and they're talking about like the exact same thing every day. Like if I'm listening to people talk about religion or something like that, if they're going to different parts of the Bible, they're talking about something every day, I can rock with that. I can listen. A lot of it is going to start to sound the same, but if they're talking about it in a way, they're addressing different scripture every day, then yeah. But if they're just kind of not really using scripture and they're just kind of just talking, I can't, because that becomes really redundant. Another thing, like cooking. I guess it just depends on the person. Because if you're talking about different ways to cook, that's going to be interesting every day. But if you just talk about the same thing as relates to cooking every day, then I feel like you're being kind of selfish. Now sometimes, I'm going to be honest, I do really understand. Sometimes people they're just bored, They're bored. So why not get on live? So it's kind of like, it just depends on, I guess, who it is, what they're doing, Because sometimes you can be bored, like really bored. Again, you might live alone or you might not live alone, but the kids are at school. They have after school stuff going on. You're a stay-at-home mom or dad. Or you work during the evenings. And maybe you just want to stay on all day before you go to work. And you're on 3 or 4 hours. I mean, I guess I can kind of get that. Then you have some people that they sleep. Like they sleep on the live. They sleep on the live. You have some who sleep on the live and they do other things before they actually go to sleep. And then they wake up. And they do some things when they get up. They just kind of take people along with them. So it can be, I know long lives can be fun. But they're not the norm for me. To me, they're not normal. Like, I don't know. Sometimes they can be normal, but to just be on live every time for like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, like 4 or 5 days a week, that doesn't sound normal. Now, unless, these bigger YouTube creators that have millions of subscribers, it's kind of like, it's YouTube life. They kind of take you everywhere and you see so much different. You see so many different things. You see so much different. You don't just see the same, or you may go with them every day. Or they only go live maybe once or twice a week. And they take you on with them for like 5 or 6 hours, 6 or 7 hours. Now that's different. I like that. Angie says, yeah, I get what you mean. We want to feel stimulated watching video. Yeah. And I know my videos are boring. But you know what? I like it like that, Angie, because I see other videos. That's why they're boring, but I'm still talking about something that's helpful. I'm trying to be helpful. We drop nuggets over here. In Lions Pride, we drop nuggets. I drop nuggets. You guys drop nuggets. You guys share nuggets with each other. And like I always say, drop nuggets. Tell us things that work for you and people you know when it comes to health and fitness. Tell us some things that maybe, not without revealing too much of your personal information. Tell us some things that work for you and not revealing too much of your friends and family's information. But tell us some things that work for you when it comes to exercising, when it comes to eating, when it comes to fitness. Those are nuggets. You can drop those nuggets in the chat and share them with each other, share them with me. I try to drop nuggets a time or two. And we research those nuggets. We research by going to reputable sources, because everything that you put in when you hit Google may not be reputable, right? Right? People don't like to go to the library anymore. Libraries do exist, people. But, go to reputable sources if you're like an online kind of person. The .edus, the .educations, the .orgs, the health journals with really good credentials, the reputable ones. The .govs. Right now, we're not in a time where we're trusting the .gov in the United States, but the .edus for education, the .journals, the .organizations. Just go to those sources that have a long-standing history of being credible, Okay. Hey, bye. What's going on, bro? Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I got you. I thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. As always. I do. So just go to those kind of things and then, compare it to what someone has told you. But that's why I always say I'm not a lot of us have licenses, we have certifications, and we have registrations. But I'm nobody's doctor, nurse, therapist, or anything like that. Information changes daily, okay? Now, sometimes it doesn't change that much till you have to, it doesn't change to the fact where you have to really change maybe what you're doing daily, but just be mindful that information changes. And when people have certain degrees of education, they have to go and get recertified. They have to go get continuing education so that we can be informed of the changes that happen. So that's why I say always, even if you're listening to a professional, doctors have YouTube channels, nurses have YouTube channels, therapists have YouTube channels, So watch 2 or 3, get a consensus of what's being said, talk to a local therapist that you may know or your doctor may know, talk to your doctor and figure out what's the most up-to-date information and follow that information. Because it does change, and that's why some of us have to get education every 2 to 3 years. Let me see. Hey, Stefan, how you doing, bro? Angie says you are moving, and that makes others want to move. I have social anxiety, so watching you. Oh, I appreciate that, Angie. You know what? I get people emailing me. They say that. I be like, it's boring over here, and they be like, well, we watch. So I guess it's like when you see 2 or 3 in the chat and they're not saying anything. Sometimes people just don't like to drop in the chat, so they just kind of they just watch you for a little while, and they keep moving. And they was like, okay, I like it. I like that. Just watching you move is motivational. And sometimes people will come into the chat and tell you that. So I don't care about all the other hoopla and the mess and all that kind of stuff. And like I always tell my chat, we're human. I like to watch a little drama. But when I say little, I mean little. Okay? It's only so much that's entertainment. This app and all other apps, honestly, I just think the World Wide Web is for what? Educational, informational, entertainment purposes only. Not for hurting, not for hurting. Educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. And as well as networking. I think that you can network. You have to be really careful when you network online. Really, really careful, okay? Be mindful of the way that you network and who you network with, okay? You have to be really, really careful. So it is a way to network. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to actually meet the people, but it is a good way to network. Angie says, hey, bye. Bye says, hello, Angie. If you hear me say Stefan, Angie, I'm talking to Bye. I'm talking to Bye. So it's been an hour and 11 minutes, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you, Angie, Stefan, Shawanda, Betty. Retirement Days came through. I try not to leave people off. Of course, Spikey was in here first. April Showers, my bro, Dr. Wright came in. Quite a few people came in. So I thank you guys, each and every one of you. Much love to you. You know I appreciate you. I appreciate my subscribers. I appreciate the content creators that come through here slash subscribers. I appreciate my moderators. You guys know I do. And I appreciate the platform, okay? Because they don't have to give it to us. Like they don't have to let us use it, but they do. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I hope you guys have a terrific rest of your Tuesday, a wonderful Wednesday, and a wonderful rest of the week. Okay? A terrific rest of your Tuesday, right? A wonderful Wednesday, and a wonderful rest of your week. Thank you for the hearts by, and thank you, Angie. Thank you guys again. I appreciate you. So please join me tomorrow. If nothing happens and it's the Lord's will, we will be back to walk and talk some more in Lions Pride. So please join me on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lions Pride on tomorrow, Wednesday, February 26th. 26, y'all. We got 3 more full days left in February. 3 more full days left in February. See, the past couple of years, we're saying, time flies by so fast. It's January. Next thing you know, it's March. It is now almost, not quite, but almost March 2025. So whatever goals you set, if you set goals, I hope that you guys are accomplishing those goals. Sometimes you have to kind of reconfigure, and change some things up if they're not coming. If you're not reaching your goal in the time that you set, that's okay. All right? Extend it. Some people make resolutions, some people don't. Some people say they're just going to be better. If you find that you're not being better, work on that, okay? Work on it. Look, go ahead and start working on it. Just because we're into late February, going into March, if you haven't started to do the things that you said you wanted to do, start. If you haven't started, start. All right? So again, guys, don't let people bother you. Because 9 times out of 10, somebody bothered them. So now they're in a funky mood, they're in a bad mood, and they want to bother you. And sometimes people just bother you just because they can. Okay? So try your best not to let people bother you. Don't let stress people stress you out. All right? And if you find yourself in a misery lounge, and when I say a misery lounge, y'all, I mean any place or any space. It could be another platform. It can be in somebody else's chat. It could be at home. It can be at work. It can be at school. It can be at church. Now, I know when you're at school, you can't necessarily just get up and go, right? But try your best to tone them out. And people pay attention nowadays. So whoever's in charge of that class, even if it's a class of adults, somebody is in charge. The instructor, the teacher. There's some kind of law around somewhere, okay? So remove yourself from the situation and contact somebody who can help you. Okay, try to remove yourself from the situation, especially if it's dangerous, physically dangerous. It's enough that it's mentally challenging for you, okay, when somebody's just bothering you. So if you find yourself in any place like that where there's disruption or chaos, grab your grip and go. Get up and go. Even if the person in the class who is in the authority doesn't say anything, well, get up and go. Because it's real funny. They'll say something when you leave the class, Some of them won't care. Especially if it's college, they're like, well, hey, you paid for it, it's your absence. Well, you go and you talk to who you need to talk to, because sometimes people will try to interrupt your peace, okay? So wherever you are, you can be in the grocery store. It doesn't mean that you're afraid. If somebody is acting like a butt on the aisle that you're on, no, you shouldn't have to go to the next aisle. But to keep your peace, go to the next aisle and come back around, okay? Go to the next aisle and come back around. All right. So you guys know I wish you peace, positivity, and prosperity always. Okay? Don't let the idea of fear cause you to miss out on keeping your peace. Because sometimes people will say, oh, she must have been scared, or he must have been scared. No, not scared. People just want to keep and protect their peace. See, there's a difference. When you're at peace, you want to keep it. And you also want to protect it, right? And so keeping it means protecting it, because there are so many things that can cause you not to be at peace anyway. So, and there are just things in your own life, like the things that are going on in your mind, things that are going on in your head, things that you have gone through. You don't have time to deal with other people, outside influences that want to interrupt your peace. And sometimes people really don't have that much peace, you know? So whatever amount of peace that you have, whether it's a small amount, a moderate amount, or a lot, try your best to protect it. And if you don't have that much, try your best to improve on what you have. Okay? Thank you, Angie, so much. I appreciate you. Try to improve on what you have. Okay? Take some deep breaths in and out. And let me tell you something. Taking those deep breaths in and out when you're in a funny situation, it may not work for you. Because when I was younger, and even sometimes now, it doesn't work for me. The best thing that works is to leave the situation, get out of the environment. That's why I say if somebody's acting wacky in the grocery store on aisle A, just go on to aisle B. Do whatever else you have to do and come back and get what you need on aisle A when they're gone. Okay? And I wasn't even good at leaving the situation, because sometimes it's your family and friends, right? Sometimes it's your family and friends. And you know, if it's somebody that you don't have to be around, it's easy to leave the situation. But sometimes when it's somebody that you're around or you live with, it's kind of hard to leave the situation. You have to just figure out ways to avoid conflict and arguments. Find some way to do, what do we say over here? The R words. Release, okay? Relax, release, relate, resolve the things that you can. And if you can't, try your best to keep it peaceful, all right? Y'all hear that? Oh my gosh, y'all, it sounds like a broke down hot rod, doesn't it? It's moving so slow. Release, relax, release, relate to the things that you can relate to. If you can't relate to them, that's okay. It'll be okay. Resolve the things that you can, all right? If you can't resolve them, that's okay. They will resolve in time, all right? Remember who you are. Reconstruct the things that you can reconstruct. Revisit some things that you used to do that brought you happiness and peace. You know, maybe they can bring you happiness and peace again. You know how it's like, maybe you used to love riding your bike, and you think back, you haven't gone bike riding in like 3 years. Start back riding your bike, okay? Start back riding your bike, right? Do a hobby that you abandoned, that you didn't abandon it for any particular reason. You just maybe don't have time to do it. Revisit, remember those things and revisit those things, okay? Reconstruct, do some reconstruction, do some repairing, okay? Rejuvenate, reinvigorate, okay? We love the R words over here. Reset, all right? Refocus and restart. And remember, we love the letter R, but we also love that 4-letter word, self. Self-love, self-dedication, self-commitment, self-improvement, self-control, self-esteem. Selfishness. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. Work on all of those things. Put yourself first. I know we put family first. Many of us say we put God first. I put God first. We put family next. And then we kind of focus on self. And sometimes even then, we're helping everybody else. Well, you got to focus on yourself first sometimes if you want to be able to help other people, okay? So I will see you guys on the next Let's Walk and Talk in Lives Pride. Peace, positivity, and prosperity, because without the peace, there's chaos. There's havoc and there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. Wherever chaos and negativity roam together, you fail to prosper to your fullest potential. We want you to prosper so that you can fulfill your purpose. All right? Thank you guys for those 12 thumb ups. Is it thumbs? Y'all know I be saying this all the time. Is it thumbs up or thumb ups? Thank you for those thumbs. I appreciate you. So I just say that. Thank you for the thumbs. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Thank you, Angie. Bye, y'all.